Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So the plan for today is I am going to take some pictures. So yeah, get ready with me. I guess it'll be like a get ready with me chit chat, and I'll show you guys my makeup routine. It's honestly nothing too crazy. Like, I don't put a lot on my face because the last time I tried to replicate what my makeup artist does, it did not turn out well. And I feel like when I find that when I try to replicate what other people do on their face, it doesn't work for me. So I try not to put too much. Like, I try not to put, you know, like I don't go too overboard on the concealer underneath my eyes, even though, as you guys can see, I do have bags underneath my eyes. I've honestly had these for so long, like I don't know if I feel like this is natural at this point. But yeah, I try not to do too much on my face because truthfully, just a simple foundation and a little bit of concealer can go a really long way, and it can make my beat look so flawless. So I kind of just stick with that. But I am very impressed with the products that I got. A few months ago, my friends had suggested like a bunch of makeup products that I could use that would really help my face, and honestly she didn't miss, because the products that I put together, they literally work so perfectly. I also changed all of my brushes because I didn't really have much brushes. I only used, like at one point I was only using a sponge for my face. So yeah, I got the Morphe set. I can't remember what it is, like which yeah, I don't know. I just know that it's the Morphe set, Morphe brush set. And then I also got the palette to go along with it, the Vava Bloom set, this one. So yeah, and I really love these colors. I do want to get another one though, because these are like more, like I'll show you guys, but like these are more like neutrally pink colors, which they're super cute, like don't get me wrong, but like I've had this for like a few months now, so I want to get new ones. But yeah, anyways, let's get right into the routine. So the first thing that I usually do is I go in with the Laura Mercier, I think it's the blurring one, the blurring primer, sorry, can I speak? And yeah, I usually go in with this, but I don't think I'm going to today. And I haven't been using it, like the last time I put makeup on, I didn't use it because I find that when I put it on, like, I don't know, guys, tell me in the comments if this is supposed to happen, but I find that like it's very like tacky, like I don't know, like I'll show you the consistency. Like it looks just like a cream, like it's nothing crazy. But then when I finally put it on, like I'll just put a little bit on my chin, but like when I finally put it on, like it just feels too, I don't know, like I don't like, I'm very specific with the textures that I put on my face and the textures that I touch in general, and I just don't like it just feels very, I don't know, I don't like it. So don't like it. It does work, like I'm not saying that it doesn't work, but I don't know, I just don't like how it feels. So I don't think I'm gonna be using that. And then like it starts to like you can see, like I can go like this and then it will, like you'll see stuff coming off my face. Like I don't like that. So yeah, I did start going in with that, but I'm not going to do that for today. The first thing that I am going to do, and that I usually do, is I go in with my truthfully I can't remember what this is called, but it is an eyebrow pencil. Like everything is off of it at this point. But yeah, I go in with this, and I don't like the actual pencil because I don't know, I feel like it doesn't look as natural. So I like it's a little bit wet. It's kind of like, I don't know, it feels like a clay. So I go in with this. I don't know what is wrong with my camera today, but anyways, yeah, I go in with this and I kind of just follow the, you know, the direction of the hairs in my eyebrows. My eyebrows are relatively light, like you can see, but I don't like, I kind of like it that way. Like I don't like it super dark because I want it to be as natural as possible. And if I pull up and my eyebrows look super dark, like people are gonna know like your eyebrows are usually light. So the only reason why I do this is to kind of just fill in like some like the gaps, because I do have some gaps in my eyebrows, and my eyebrows are thin already, like in terms of the amount of hair that I have. So yeah, I kind of just go in and fill where I can. I recently got my eyebrows done anyway, so they're already shaped, so I'm kind of just following the shape of that. And the thing that I really love about this, I'm honestly gonna try to find the name and put it in the comment in the description, but I really like that it has this small tiny brush, and it's so cute, but like it's not like a it's not like these, it's not like the spoolie. It's like so soft, and it's a little bit dense, so it literally just blends everything so nicely. I also use it when I'm doing my lip liner, like black lip liner. I'll like use it to kind of blend it in right here. It's honestly, it works wonders. I'm honestly gonna try and find the name so that I can put it in the description box. But yeah, I pretty much just go in with the eyebrow pencil and I fill in what needs to be filled in. See, so like I don't go too crazy because I don't like my eyebrows looking too dark. Like it doesn't even look like I did anything, but to me, like I know that I did something, and that's all that matters. So I think I'm gonna leave it like this. There's still a little bit that I can fill in right here, but yeah, I don't want to go too crazy on that. And then the next thing that I do after I make sure that my eyebrows are filled in how I like them, I go in with the Morphe 2 concealer, and I kind of just outline the shape of my eyebrows. And I use the Morphe R44 brush. It's the super tiny one. There we go. And that's the one with the spoolie on the end. And yeah, then I just outline my eyebrows. I also like that it already has like the brush at the end. Like I used to have the concealer, I can't remember what it was called, but you would have to like push it out and then like put it on yourself, and I hated it because it didn't feel right, and it really upset me. So yeah, I just take a little bit off from the brush, and then I outline my eyebrows. And this is the most tedious part because you want to make sure that you're not messing it up, because then you don't have to start over. And honestly, one thing I've learned after starting to do my own makeup is that a little can go a long way. Like I hate when I see people putting so much concealer when they're doing their eyebrows, because like you're literally just outlining it. Like you don't need to, I don't know, I feel like that's just like a waste of product. So I use what is already on the brush, and then if I need more, I'll get more accordingly. But like, you see what I'm saying? Like there's not that much. And then also what I find is the less I put, the easier it is to blend out. So, because this concealer it already doesn't match my skin tone, obviously. So if I put more, it's going to be really hard to blend out, and I hate that. So I only put a little. I come to just like right here, like just where the crease of my eye begins and upward, because I can easily just blend that out with the can I speak? Like going this way. So I do that, and then I do the other side, and I take my time with this because, you know, your eyebrows is pretty much like, your eyebrows are, sorry, correct grammar, your eyebrows are the first thing that people see when they look at you. So you don't want to be looking all wacky or crazy or nothing like that. So you want to make sure that you're taking your time. And that's also why like when I'm going out, like I have to plan, like I have to make sure that like I'm showered and everything like hours before, so that I have a lot of time to do my makeup. Because I hate feeling rushed. Like when I feel rushed, like everything just comes out terribly and it really upsets me. Except for like the odd times where I get lucky and it's like, oh, I was rushing and my shit really came out super bomb. But you know, that's always a hit or miss. So I don't want to be feeling that anxiety every single time I'm doing makeup. So I just make sure that I have enough time, or I give myself enough time. Like if someone asks like, oh, do you want to go out right now? And I'm not ready, I'll be like, yeah, like we could go out, but you gotta give me a minute. So one thing I also hate is that it's so hard to do your like outline your eyebrows or do your eyebrows in general when you have lashes on. Because like, you know, especially when they're new, like you don't want anything to happen to those. So it's kind of hard, and like you're trying so hard to like go around them. But yeah, as you guys can see, I got my lashes done. I'll definitely tag her account in the description box because she ate that shit up. Like she has always done my lashes, and she never misses. So I'm gonna put her stuff in the comment section below. Funny enough, actually, when I first got my lashes done, which was by her, I was like, oh my gosh, I look so ugly, because it was my first time ever having lashes on, even like the strips. Like I never had strips on or anything. So it was my first time, and I was like, oh my gosh, because my eyes are so small. Like literally when I'm driving, I have to like go like this because my eyes are really small. They're like almond shaped small. And so when I first got my lashes done, I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on? Why do I look like this? But I feel like it just takes some time to get used to. Because then after I was like, oh, I really am that bitch. But yeah, she really does an amazing job. One thing I don't like with how light my eyebrows are is that when I'm trying to outline the top, I can barely see anything because of the shadow that it casts. And my eyebrows are already light, so I don't know if I'm like literally going in the right direction or if I'm going over my eyebrows. Like I can never tell. But anyways, when I'm coming to the end, like the arch of my eyebrow towards the end, I want to make sure that I bring it close enough so that the bottom tip and the top tip meet, like right in the corner, as you guys can see. I find it just makes for like a more seamless blend when I do start blending those two out. So yeah. And then I kind of go, when I'm doing the top, I kind of go just before where my eyebrows actually start, so that when I blend it out, it just looks a lot better. So like you see my eyebrow ends here, I would go just right here. I know I look super crazy right now, but trust me, when I'm done, it'll look much better. So yeah, that's one side done. And then I'll do the other side. One thing I've never understood with makeup is when people are putting on concealer on the other. Guys, I can't talk. When they're putting concealer on the under eye and they say to let it sit for a bit to make it tacky, I never understood that, because like, why do you want it tacky? Like, you know, what do you know that I don't know? So yeah, so I've never done that, and my makeup honestly turns out perfectly fine. But you know, you do you. Honestly, kudos to all the makeup artists out there, because this shit really is an art. Like, you have to be very precise and focused and concentrated, because if you're not, you can mess up. And if you mess up one thing, you're just, might as well just wash your face and start again. Like, literally, that's me. Like, I'm such a perfectionist that if like like if I go a little bit over, like, you know, the normal Joe would just get a wet cloth or whatever and just kind of, you know, go around it. No, I'm going back and washing my face and starting over because I don't have the time. And then, you know, when like you're looking for things that aren't there, so like the entire day I will be looking at my face like, oh my gosh, can people see the mistake that I made? Whole time, like, nobody's even looking, nobody's even watching me. So once, I'm gonna go in a little bit with a little bit more. I tried to make my eyebrows as symmetrical as possible, but my, like, I can honestly say my eyebrows are not symmetrical. My face in general is very symmetrical, but my eyebrows are not. And I think that's from, like, when I first got my eyebrows done ever, which was years ago, I had to literally beg my mom to let me get my eyebrows done for, like, it was like my grade 8 graduation. So this is, how old are you in grade 8? Grade 8, you're 12. I was 12, so that's 9 years ago. I begged her to get my eyebrows done, and she was like, Zariyah, I'm telling you, like, you don't want to get your eyebrows done because they're going to make them thinner, and then for the rest of your life they're going to be thin, and you're going to have to keep shaping them how they first did them. And I'm like, no, like, I just want them done, please, like, I want to look pretty. BFFR. Be fucking for real. God. So I got them done, and now I think that that's the reason why they're so thin. And yeah, the reason why I'm laughing is because, like, you know those TikToks where the girls are like, or the girls in general where they're like, my hair would have been like so much longer if my mom didn't perm my hair when I was younger. Like, girl, be for real. But no, I actually think that this is the reason why my eyebrows are thin, because my eyebrows used to be very thick, like very, very thick. And then I'm actually gonna try and find the graduation photo that I'm talking about, because in the graduation photo my eyebrows were like literally like this, like this, like they were like so guys, I'm gonna try and find the graduation photo, but it was literally so bad, and I thought I was eating that shit up. Like, I was like, yes, mom, let me get my eyebrows done, like, you know, like I'm walking into the school like I'm a baddie or something. No, Z, no, you were not eating that shit up. In fact, the food is still very much on the plate. But yeah, but now, like, now that I'm actually taking some time to grow up my eyebrows and I'm going to the correct eyebrow lady, like, I can tell that, like, the hair is kind of growing back, because it takes a long time. Like, you know, like for guys, like when they're trying to grow out their beard, like some guys who like just don't have it like that and they're trying to grow out their beard, like, it takes a long time. So yeah, it's definitely taking a long time for it to grow back, but my eyebrow lady knows what she's doing. And yeah, I remember the time when I went alone to the eyebrow place. Like, it was years after my grade 8 graduation, so I was like allowed to do my eyebrows by myself. So I went, and they're like, okay, like, go sit in the chair, whatever. So I went to go sit in the chair, and at that point, like, I hadn't been there in a year, so I don't know like what to ask for, or like who to ask for, like who's better at what. So they're just like, sit in the chair. So I sat in the chair, and I don't know if this girl was new or what, because that Miss Girl, she didn't know what she was doing. And when I got out the chair, I looked at my eyebrows. She's like, good? No, ma'am. No, it's not good. But you know what? I'm not going to say anything because social anxiety. I'm just going to internalize that. And then when I leave, I'm going to go cry in my car. And that's literally what I did, because it was not, like, it did not look good. It was, like, they were sharp, but she made them so thin. Like, I don't know. And it's like, okay, like, this is no disrespect to anyone, obviously, but like, I'm just stating facts. But like, people of the brown community, they have a lot of hair. It's easier for them to grow their hair out, and of course this doesn't apply to all of them, but like the vast majority of them, they have thick hair. And so the salon that I had went to is predominantly brown or South Asian, and so they're used to girls with like thicker eyebrows, thicker hair, or whatever, like hair on their, like, you know, whatever. So I think that because they're used to that, they're not used to like my eyebrows. Like, my eyebrows are not as thick. They were thick, but they're not as thick as what they're used to. So I guess maybe they just didn't know what to do with that information, and they just decided to go the worst possible route and fuck on my eyebrows. But whatever, we don't talk about it. We still talk about it, but it's fine. Anyway, so yeah, that is pretty much, you want to make sure that you raise your eyebrows and get under, because yeah. So that's pretty much the most blending that I will be doing for right now. Like, of course I'm gonna blend as I go to, but yeah, I think they look pretty okay. So the next thing that I do, I usually put 2 layers of concealer, like one underneath my foundation and then one over top my foundation. I don't know, we'll see today, because lately I've just been doing 1 coat, which is just underneath, because I don't like how bright my under eyes get when I take photos because of that second layer over top. So I guess we'll just play it by ear and see. But I go back in with the Morphe 2 concealer, and I just do a little bit in the corners, a little bit right here in the corners of my eyes, like that. And you want to, like, if you're like a girly with bags, you want to make sure that you're bringing the concealer a little bit downward underneath the bags, because if you're just stopping at the bags, you're highlighting the bags. Like, that's all you're gonna see. So you want to be able to cover the bags. So you see how my bags end like just about here? You can see it right there, the crease. You want to go a little bit underneath that, so that when you're blending it out, you're concealing the bags, not highlighting the bags, or putting more emphasis on the bags, I should say. So I go just about there, just like that, and then I put a little bit underneath the bag, the actual bag, and I just drag it upward. You can bring it honestly as high as you want. It depends on the structure that you want your face to look like. My face is very round, and I like my face round. Like, you know, usually girlies who are, you know, they have like round faces, they kind of like to structure their face to, you know, be like this, or bring their face a little bit upward. I honestly love my round face. I think it's so cute. I think it's so me. So yeah, I don't really like, I'm not into like contouring and like shape shifting. So yeah, I just go with the flow of what my face is, or the actual structure of my face. So then you just want to go on the, so you kind of just mirror what you did on the opposite side, and yeah. So then I go in with, first I go in with the beauty blender. You want to make sure that the beauty blender is a little bit damp, like not soaking wet, like I ooh I literally just ran it under water and let it kind of expand, and then scrunched out all of the water, all of the excess water, because you don't want it wet, you just want it damp. And then I got a cloth and kind of just dried it a little bit, because I don't want it that damp. But yeah, and then you start blending it out. And blend, what I found is like blend upward. Like, I'm bringing it down right now, but like I'm going upward, kind of like this. And I use the tip or the corner of the beauty blender brush for any concealer, and then the bottom for my base, my foundation. So I do that. It's like such a hassle to kind of get in there, and you gotta do something, you gotta look like super crazy. But yeah, you also want to make sure that you're getting like just underneath, because I feel like that goes so overlooked. So yeah, make sure you're getting in there, and go upward. I found that the Morphe products are very good. Like, I really like the Morphe products, but I want to expand. Like, I want to get some more makeup. So guys, if you guys have any suggestions for a girl who looks like me, please drop them in the comments, because I know that the makeup runs be expensive as hell, but I find that the more money you drop, the better outcome. So I'm like, I think it's worth it. Like when I bought all of my new makeup products, my bank account was crying. I spent like for the Morphe brushes and the Viva Bloom Morphe set, or Morphe, I can't talk, you guys saw it in the beginning of the video, but when I bought that, that alone was $134. And I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. And also, I was actually going to put all of it down when I was there. But you know when you're in the line and they tell you the price and then they're expecting you to, like, you know, tap your card, put in your card, whatever. And you don't want to say like, oh, never mind, because, you know, you don't want to look broke. Like, you know what I'm saying? And also you don't want to inconvenience them because, like, they already racked everything up or rang everything up, and then, you know, they had to click a bunch of buttons to make it show up on your screen. So you don't want to inconvenience them, and then also, more importantly, you don't want to look broke. So I had every intention on putting that shit back, but then I was like, okay, it's alright, you know what, just buy it, it's fine, just buy it. So I just bought it, and honestly, I don't regret it, because their makeup products are very good. So once I'm done blending it out to the best of my abilities, I generally look like a raccoon with like the bright eyes and the dark face. So yeah, I blend out where I can, and then what I do is I go in with the Nars foundation in the color New Caledonia D2, it says. Oh, there you go. So I go in with this, but then I also go in with the Maybelline FitMe Hydrate Smooth Normal to Dry, the 360 Mocha. Guys, don't sleep on this. Don't sleep on this. This is the first foundation that I ever started using, and it just calls for such a seamless blend. And I find that these two put together, because I put them together, just perfect. It's literally just like chef's kiss. Like, I love it when I put them together. And I find that when I use this alone, I don't know, I don't like it when I use it alone, but when I put them together, it's like Wanda and Cosmo, like they're just perfect for each other. But yeah, and I also think one of them is, I think it's this one that's lighter than me, or no, it's this one that's lighter than me, and this one that's a bit darker than me. So putting them together, it just matches my skin tone. Because it's very hard to find my actual skin tone when it comes to foundation, like very hard. Like, I've tried a lot. So yeah, and then obviously when summer comes, I have to figure out something else because my skin is a little bit darker because of the sun. So yeah, but anyways, I literally just put a little bit of this. Actually, let me shake this because I haven't used this in a while. Yeah, let me shake both of them because I can't remember the last time I used these two. Okay, so yeah, I go in with both of them and I just put a little bit on. So at the end of the sponge kind of looks like an egg towards the top or the end. I put a little bit of this, just like a few drops, because also, like I said, a little bit goes a long way. So I put like 3 drops, and then I go in with just a little bit more of this, and I drop a little bit, and then I kind of, like, you know, blend them up. And I'm gonna put a little bit of this because I kind of made the other one go disappear. So yeah, it should look like that. And then I start putting it on my face. It looks light right now, but trust me, when I start to blend them in, like, it will look like my skin. And I'm a dewy girl. I don't like matte. Like, I like when my face looks a little bit wet. And you see, like, this just is so perfect. So I go in with this, and you want to make sure you're getting in there. I know a lot of the makeup girls, they use brushes first before they apply, but I don't know, when I started using brushes, and where's the brush that I used? I can tell you guys the exact brush that I was using. It wasn't that one. I was using the Morphe R46, this brush. Like, actually, I don't think it was that one, but like something like this brush. It wasn't, actually no, sorry, the brush is right here. It was the dense Morphe R6 brush. Like it's very dense, and I was using that at first. But then I wasn't liking how I could see the streaks. Like maybe I was doing it wrong or something. I don't know, but I didn't like that I could see the streaks. And so I stopped using it because like I noticed everything on my face. So even though, you know, to the regular eye, you might not be able to see it, I can see it, and that's gonna upset me. So I stopped using it, but I do use it when I'm putting on my blush. And I find that it works very well for my blush. So anyways, yeah, so I blend that. I'm making sure that I'm getting into the skin. And then whatever is left on the brush, I just bring it up to my forehead, because I don't like actually applying foundation to my forehead like that's already wet, because I don't know, it just looks very cakey at the top and then it just gets oily. And so I just applied the excess foundation that was used on the majority of my face. And I'm just making sure that I'm blending that well. Okay guys, so then once you're satisfied with like how it looks, only you can tell like if everything is blended out. So once you're satisfied with how the foundation looks on your face, you can then pick back up your concealer. And again, I'm using the exact same concealer throughout. So I'm going to go back in with the Morphe 2 concealer. And I'm going to put just a little bit, because I don't like I find the bright underlook looks good on other girls, but for me it just, I don't know, I just don't like it. So I'm going to just do a little bit right here. Just like that. And you see how it's less than what I did before? So I'm just going to go in a little bit with that. And then I'm going to go back again with the corner of this. Actually, what I think I'm going to do first is I'm going to use the R98 Morphe brush. And I'm going to just pat it out a little bit. I find that this allows it to spread a lot more. So I'm going to do that. Just to get some coverage. Like that. And kind of stretch it out a bit. Because again, I'm not using a lot. So I want to make sure that it gets to the parts where I want it to get. So once I've spread it out a bit, I'm going to go back in with the Beauty Blender. And I am going to... Ooh, the lashes are falling. I'm going to go back in with the Beauty Blender and just do the same thing. Just kind of bringing it upward. And you don't want to bring it too far down on your face. Like just where your cheekbone is. Like where your cheekbone starts. Like so, like right there. And just keep bringing it upward. And that will kind of brighten your face up. And make sure you're getting those corners. And then I will alternate just to make sure that, you know, the concealer isn't overpowering the foundation, and vice versa. And then I'm gonna just mirror what I did on the other side to this side. And keep alternating between sides so that, like I said, the foundation doesn't overpower the concealer and vice versa. Okay, I think that is blended out pretty well. Yeah, I think this is blended out pretty good. The next thing that I usually go in with is I think this is Laura, yeah, the Laura Mercier Translucent Honey loose setting powder. This is very bright. I will warn you guys, this is very bright, and I don't use it as often because of how bright it is. Because I have a very heavy hand, and you don't need this for this product. You need a very light hand, light touch, because it will get very bright. So I'm going to go in with the same corner where I used for my concealer. I'm going to make sure that everything is blended out how I want it to be blended out before I apply any setting powder. So literally, that's how much I have. And I'm going to go in underneath the eye. Ugh. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not as experienced with the powders as I would consider myself to be with other makeup products, because I don't usually use these like at all. So, but it is like, if you use the right amount, it does it does elevate your makeup look. Like, I will 100% vouch for that. So yeah, and one thing, I remember seeing this video of this person doing their makeup routine, and they were like, make sure that you're getting underneath your eyes and not setting any creases, because if you have creases underneath your eyes, blend them out first before you put this on, because then you're just going to be setting the creases and they're going to be there all day. So yeah. So yeah, I put that on. I let it sit for just a bit, not too much now, and then I blend it out a little bit more, because you can see it's very bright. Like, as I come back, you can see that my underneath my eyes are brighter. All right, guys. Yeah. My camera died, so I finished whatever I had to finish on the face, but it honestly was just blending out. And then the next thing that I go in with, also sorry guys if you hear barking, my dogs are downstairs. I just kind of outline my lips. Yeah, so I just follow the outline of my lips. And then Yeah, so these dogs are so damn loud. Like, they're not even cute anymore. They're puppies, but it's like, you're barking this much, like, you're not that cute. And then I take the same brush that I was telling you guys about, and I kind of just bring it down so that when I actually put the lipstick over it, it kind of blends in nicely. So I bring it down and bring it up. And then I use the Quo Beauty lip crayon in the color Vineyard Bliss 46. I honestly love this. It's like, it just complements my skin so well, and also with the outfit that I'm wearing today, it's just so perfect. So I go in with this, and I don't need that much. And then I'll just let it blend itself with that movement, because I don't want to put too much. But I feel like it just looks so nice with the black outline. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It may seem like a lot, but I didn't do anything crazy. Like, I see a lot of girls doing a lot of stuff on their face, and they eat that shit up, but I am not patient enough to be doing all of that, so I don't. But yeah, this is pretty much the finished look. And then I usually do my hair first, actually, but because I'm not putting any product in it today, I'm just gonna take it out and figure out what I'm gonna be doing with it. So yeah, I usually put a lot of product in it, like gel or something, or I'll usually straighten it, but I'm really trying to embrace my natural hair, because I feel like there's always so much pressure for black girls especially to have their hair put together, like slick back or straighten or something, and it's like very tiring. So I am just gonna take these twists out and just kind of put it in a claw clip and then call it a day. So yeah, I just combed it out with a wide tooth comb, and then I'm just gonna go in with 2 elastics and tie it towards the back and make sure that all of it is in there. And then I'm literally just gonna roll it up and then claw clip it, just like this, and then kind of fix the front. I like it when it's a little bit loose, but I'll fix that eventually. And that's how it looks at the back. And yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. Again, drop any suggestions in the comment section about new makeup products that I should try out, and I will definitely get on that. But that is the end of this video. You already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, turn on all post notifications, and I will see you in the next video.